going on, guys? Mad Dog EDC here. I know it's been a while since we've been around and really updated and uploaded any good videos here, but today we've got something special for you. We have two multi-tools to look at. One is a brand new one, and one is a special release. Recently, I made an eBay purchase, got with a friend of mine who happens to do some Cerakoting, and I did a little modification to my Leatherman Surge. Yes, that is Coyote Tan. My local gunsmith did an awesome job on the scales that I got. There were these weird little imperfections on them. I tried to file them off, but it didn't really work that well. But yeah, my Leatherman Surge. I haven't ever seen in all social media anything close to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably the only Coyote Tan Surge that's out there. I even blacked out the ruler that's on it. It's kind of hard to see right there, but even blacked out the ruler that's on it. So everything seems to function as normal. I haven't had that much issue out of it. It's a little tight in the pivots, and by that I mean around this part right here. It's a little tight in here. I think that has to do more with the handles themselves not being quite as broke in as what my old ones were. So eventually what I'm going to do is buy a whole new tool set for it, and that way I can take this tool set and put it back in my other handles. Just because this Leatherman Surge, this Surge here has some sentimental value to me. I got it as a Father's Day present. Everybody knows me for my Leatherman Surge. It's probably my favorite tool that I own. So anyway, I was excited to show that off to you. Wanted to do this for quite some time and just finally made it happen. Coyote Tan Leather Surge. Now, star of the show. We have with us today the brand new Gerber Dual Force. Now, little disappointing that this tool was made in China, but that's how it goes these days, isn't it? Let's kind of adjust this camera down just a little bit here if we can. Wow, way to make it raw footage there, Reed. Okay, Dual Force. Starting off with what is probably going to be my most favorite aspect of this tool is the center drive bit. Of course, you got the magnetic bit there. Holds just your standard 1/4-inch bits. I should have gotten some Leatherman bits to try and see if the leather. Yes, extra bits. Try this here. Let's see if the Leatherman bits work in it. I haven't seen this yet. Okay, not very well. It only sticks in there about that far, so it doesn't want to. If you can kind of see, that's at an angle as well. If it were straight across, it might be better, but they've kind of made it to where that's not going to be an option. That's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? So, all right, looks like we're down to just standard old 1/4-inch bits, which is probably better anyway. Let's see right there that drives right down the center of those tools there, as it is called. It is the center drive. So now the cool thing is that you have on both sides your bit storage. Now, these are magnetic as well, so those just kind of clip in right there. The holders themselves are plastic. However, you're not gonna be doing too much of this. That's what I've got this for, right? Or my Gerber strong arm, as I'm so prone to do in using it as a hammer more than a knife oftentimes. but they're a little difficult to pop out. I mean, you can do it one-handed for sure, but you're not going to get the bit out very easily one-handed. So very nice aspect there. Same handle, flipping it around here. We've got our knife blade. I'm really hoping that the lockup for it is better. Apparently not, because that wasn't wanting to lock up there. Now it is, so that's not good. Now we're locking up. Years ago, I had a Gerber Octane, and that little rascal, the lock on that little rascal, the frame lock there, lever lock, broke on it, and it wanted to bend over backwards, and then it just kept flopping around, so the knife basically became useless. Hopefully Gerber's strengthening that up. We'll see how this works out with that gigantic hole in the back of the blade. Basically, that's the strength of your blade right there. Just that, what, a little over 1/4 of an inch or so. So we'll see. See if I can get that to work good there. Oh, that ain't really working. Well, anyway, the grind is what I'm trying to get at there. Looks pretty good, pretty even along, decently sharp. Not cutting through paper very well. When I say decently sharp, it's sharp, but it'll cut, but it's not going to shave. So, what can you expect, right? Okay. The saw. Something I saw max level EDC point out is that the thickness of this, it is thicker here at the teeth than it is here on the spine, which is really nice because that's going to create lower drag as it makes its way down through whatever you're cutting. So I like the fact that they're oriented with the teeth out. Leatherman has a bad habit of flipping this around to where it's on the back side over here. So if you're using your handles closed, well, you can kind of see if I'm trying to cut through this, I'm doing that. Whereas this is, I got full use of that there. So, nice length through the saw, but again, there's that issue there. That's the strength of your blade right there. So, I'm not going to say it's going to be too heavy duty. I don't like the fact that those locks are they're off so bad. Now you have a good crosscut file, which appears to be pretty sharp. You got a single cut file there, and then you have a nice sharp edge along there. But perhaps on this tool, the most important feature here that's going to be most important for me is that chisel, and it is sharp. As a matter of fact, that chisel almost feels sharper than the knife was. But anyway, that's I think that's going to be very, very useful. Let's get inside it. Open it at right end, Reed. Here we go. Slip joint pliers. This is what really excited me about this knife, or about this tool, is the slip joint pliers. That is wide right there. That is just absolutely wide. Now I didn't bring my Nipex out over here to see how it compared to the Nipex, but you're getting on there, but you're not going to be able to provide too much force with it being that wide just because of you don't have that much hand strength. But now I did earlier clamp these down on probably about a 3/4 inch bolt in the open position like this, and I was really able to just put some massive torque down on it. Didn't break the bolt loose. I didn't expect to break the bolt loose. It's on an industrial arbor press, holding it down to a table, so I didn't expect to be able to break the bolt loose with this, but you can put a mass load of torque on a bolt with those right there. You got a lot of surface right here that grips very well. As far as your tips go, we're gonna pull this out for a size comparison anyway later, but you're about twice the thickness of the tip on a Leatherman Surge. Leatherman, why can you not make a blunt nosed tool? Oh, like the Gerber M600 with the blunt nose. Kind of like this here. If you just do that with these, it'd be perfect. I can't tell you how many times I've considered chopping them off, but need to get a different plier head before I do that. Perhaps that's what I'll do with the plier head, the new one that I'll put on these handles here. I don't know. If y'all like that idea, let me know, and we might consider that. Anyway, the sheathing, the metal sheathing on it, I don't really know how I feel about that. It kind of, see, you don't have it here on this one, but you got it. Now let's flip it around. You don't have it, but you've got it. So on this one here, on the back side, it just kind of comes up this side here and then wraps around and pins through it. So perhaps that gives a little bit more strength, whatever, but it does kind of capture, holds everything together, kind of sandwiches the joint there. So we'll see what that does for it. Like I said, you are able to get a lot of grip with this. So the wire cutters, I tried this on some old farm fence today, and yeah, you can't bite down on it. It just doesn't work that well to grip down. So I don't know. I put a lot of torque on it, and actually it dug in and hurt my hand to the point I pulled my Leatherman Surge out with my left hand and just was able to cut twice right through that wire. So, and I'm talking about the thicker top strand on a regular 4-foot netting, net wire, what we call farm fence. So these aren't really a heavy duty wire cutter at all. I would not expect to cut much with them. There is not much of an angle on those at all. I can't really get you that. They're kind of flat, and it's more just kind of just more of a bypass cut rather than having an angle like a chisel in to be able to pinch it off. So these not so well. Think about it like a regular pair slip joint, how instead of this being here, sometimes you have that bypass feature right here in the center. You can cut wire with those in a sense. Funny story about that. Years ago, my grandfather owned a tree farm in North Florida, and I went and helped him out on it one trip that they made out there, and we were doing something at the shed, and he said, "I need a pair of wire cutters." So I'm going through the toolbox like crazy trying to find a pair of wire cutters, and he's like, "They're right there on the top." I said, "The only things I find are these pliers, and, it's just a standard pair of slip joints." He's like, "Well, doesn't it have a wire cutter in it?" I'm like, "I don't really think so." He's like, "Yeah, it does. Bring it over here." Well, that day I learned that a pair of slip joint pliers has a wire cutter in them. So like I said, normally these here are going to be up in the top in the bottom, the throat section of it, instead of down inside the handles. But I really wouldn't count much on the wire cutters for these. All right, overall impressions. That's well, let's just do this real quick. See, they're kind of even there. You can see there's a bit of a size difference. The Dual Force is taller than the Surge. I think the Surge looks small, actually. A little bit fatter than the Surge is. Handle width, the Dual Force actually is closer in together than the Surge is. So the Surge definitely feels a lot more solid. You don't have as spongy of a grip as you do in the Dual Force. The Dual Force has got a lot of side to side play. You kind of see that there. That's to be expected with the slip joint, so I'm not really too concerned about that. The handles have some good lockup to them. You can kind of hear that snap there. Don't like the fact it doesn't close all the way. That bugs me, but what can you do? Um, the Surge is a lot more solid there, a lot more solid of a tool. Overall, I think Gerber did a great job. Um, I'm not going to say they knocked it out of the park. I'm not going to say that it's a surge killer or anything like that, but it's got a lot of great features to it. I would love to see in about a year, once all the reviews are out and a lot of people have had time to give some good feedback to Gerber, I'd love to see them come out with a second generation of this tool, and I think that would knock it out of the park. Um, but no, I think they did a great job. Um, why can't we put scissors on this? Why can't we have something like the Surge shears? Why can't we have that on a multi-tool? Come on, somebody give us a good pair of scissors on something like the Surge has got. But I don't know what it is. Anyway, I don't know. But boy, a pair of scissors. If this were me, this is a great secondary tool. I'm not going to use this as my primary multi-tool. Just I use the scissors too much on this thing. I use the T-shank adapter on this thing too much. I don't use a knife blade on a multi-tool. I carry two other blades on me, a folder and a fixed blade. That the Gerber Strong Arm is going to do 99% of my cutting. It's just the way it is. So I personally, I would drop the blade and I drop the blade and the saw, and I'd put, like, Gerber has a T-shank adapter. It comes with a rim grit, excuse me, a rim grit blade in it from the factory in their M600s. Why can't they put that on this instead of the saw? I'll go to you. I personally would love to mod that onto this. Take this blade off, because honestly, I don't trust them with just that little bit of metal right there. That just, to me, that seems so like such a it's like a catastrophe waiting to happen. Personally, if I were to mod this tool, or if I were to make any suggestions to it, I'd say drop those two. Give me a pair of scissors, give me a T-shank adapter. This tool right here would become a primary tool. This tool right here would just about beat out a Leatherman Surge. Right now, I don't think it does. I think your Surge is still on top. Surge is king. Go ahead and search that hashtag. You'll see a whole bunch of this tool floating around on Facebook and Instagram and such. But no, overall, I'd say I'd give this about a 7.5 out of 10. Build quality it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not a good quality multi-tool like I told one of my friends, but it is a good multi-tool. A lot of people will take the Leatherman Crunch and pair it with something like the Surge or Wave or Charge or ST300 or something like that, and they'll carry it in their pack, carry it in an EDC, in a like small EDC pouch or something like that as a backup to their Leatherman in case they need something with a little bit better grip. That right there, this combo here paired with a pair of 125 millimeter or 5-inch Nipex, it's all you're ever gonna need. This makes a great companion tool to the Leatherman Surge. So yeah, initial impressions is it's everything I wanted it to be. Really, it's everything I expected it to be. Maybe a little bit better quality than what I expected out of Gerber. With their multi-tools, haven't been so impressed with them of late, but I really wasn't impressed with the center drive. I've never even bought one after just handling them in the stores and such. It's just not going to happen. So, but I really do like it. I think it's good. So hope y'all enjoy the review. I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna do a bit of testing there with the against the Leatherman Surge. I'm gonna carry it for a while. Try to get some video and some pictures of it being used. That way we can put together a review in the coming weeks of how it stacks up, how it holds up. Let's try to break this thing. So if y'all got any ideas, anything you want to see me do with this, anything you want me to test out with it, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. I'll be more than willing to try to include that and try to give you some the information you need. Should you go buy it? Yes, absolutely. If you can find it in stock right now, buy it. I think it's a great companion tool to your multi-tools, to any of your other multi-tools. If you're a light user and you don't really use some of the features like what I do with the scissors and the T-shank adapter and such, it may very well be a good primary tool for you. Who knows? Your mileage is going to vary from mine. So anyway, hope y'all enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it.